Hi everyone, I'm very glad to see you today and welcome you to this new session of the European Observatory on City Center Management. Today we are welcoming three speakers. Gail McGibbon from the BID, the Business Improvement District of Sligo, who will be talking about nighttime economy and the purple flag and the importance of governance in the action of a city center. And then we're welcoming the metropolis of Krakow with the example of urban development in the city of Niepołomice, thanks to Maciej Maderak and Maria Pertowska. Would you like to add something, Jean-Luc?
Oui, bonjour à tous. Je vous remercie d'abord de venir dans le webinaire. Et donc aujourd'hui, on a porté l'attention sur deux extrêmes, c'est-à-dire nous travaillons avec deux villes d'à peu près 20 000 habitants et une agglomération de plus de 800 000 habitants. Et donc on était vraiment intéressés de pouvoir être attentifs aussi bien aux grandes agglomérations qu'aux petites villes. Voilà, pour nous c'était important et maintenant je pense qu'on va prendre contact avec Gaël.
Then the floor is yours.
Oh, thank you very much. Well, hello everybody and greetings from, I would love to say sunny Ireland, but I'm afraid not. It's we're heading into winter. So delighted to have the opportunity to talk to you all today about my favorite topic, which is town centre management and particularly the nighttime economy. I am going to fly through my slides. I'm going to talk a bit about the projects we do, the type of partnership we have here in Sligo, and our Purple Flag Award, which is the international award for a well-managed place in the nighttime economy. And I'll close out with some of our Cities at Heart project, our URBACT project, with what we measure here in Sligo. But to get the ball rolling, I suppose to need to orientate you all to where we are. And so we are a town of 20,000 population on the westernmost part of Europe. And we, next stop America for us, we're on the Wild Atlantic Way, and our county population is 70,000. Our town centre, city centre population is 20,000, but we have an ambition by 2031 to grow our population to 25,800. So two fun facts about where we are, because we're a very old place. So we have the largest collection of Metholithic ruins in the country. I think last count 6,000, and some of them predate the pyramids. And the first recorded battle for words, which was a battle over copyright, was called the Battle of the Books, and it was fought here in 555 AD. So we're a very old place. Now, I understand from talking to Claire that you have some of you have had a presentation on what exactly a business improvement district is. And so a business improvement, I think you had the gentleman from Liverpool would have taken you through the English legislation. We're quite similar here in the Republic of Ireland, but the abridged version of what a business improvement district here in Ireland is, we are a collection of 758 businesses. We were voted into existence by the business community in 2016. We are the largest business representative group on the west coast of Ireland. We have four sectors: retail, hospitality, service and industry. And once we are voted in by a 51% majority, similar to the UK legislation, that allows us to raise from the business community an additional payment, compulsory payment, over and above their rates payment, that gives us a budget of about $500,000 a year. And we use that $500,000 a year to do things that the business community feel will make the place a better place. And in this instance, make Sligo a better place. Every 5 years, we have to have a ballot. And this time next year, I'll be in a very different space, because we will be going to the business community to say, do you feel that we have value? Do you feel that we said that we would do what we set up to do when you gave us our second term in 2021? And would you please give us another term in 2026? So I'm not going to read out, and I'll happily have the slide deck shared with you. I think not going to read out all those various points. The two or three most important things to remember off this slide is that, yes, we are a small town on the west coast of Ireland, We have put a lot of work into managing our relationships, growing our reputation externally, and that has resulted in the fact that we sit on 3 government sub-task groups. We sit on the National Town Centre First Policy Advisory Group, and we did this because 10 years ago we got organised. We sat down and we went, we need to work at this better. We need to have better governance. We need to have better relationships locally. We need to grow our town. And what does that look like? So we may be small in size, but we are pretty big in stature and very modest and humble and all the things that go with it. But we are very proud of the journey that we have come over the last number of years. So this is our purple flag team. The purple flag is for the nighttime economy. It operates between the hours of 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. And so what is it? And what happened many years ago was we started researching how do you know a place is doing well? How do you measure the economy of a place? And everybody talks about the economy. And then we kind of concluded that there was a daytime economy and a nighttime economy. And we started to seriously look at the management of our nighttime economy, the value of our nighttime economy, because hospitality, retail, cultural offering, tourism is a very important part of our nighttime economy. The official description of a purple flag is an internationally accredited award for reaching a standard of excellence in the evening and nighttime economy that demonstrates a family-friendly, safe, culturally diverse, non-alcohol dependent offering from a destination. There are over 110 destinations that hold a purple flag, with everywhere from Australia through to Sweden, through to Malta, through to the UK and into Ireland. We've had our flag since 2015. So out of our 758 members of the bid, we have 150 businesses operating in the evening and nighttime economy. It's made up of 5 sections: well-being, place, policy, appeal, and movement. Each of these 5 sections that you must prove that you have met the standard has 6 subsections. So there are 30 categories that you have to justify that you deserve to have this award when you submit your application to the Purple Flag review panel, which goes through 5 layers of accreditation. So again, the most important one for this topic of conversation is, for me, the policy envelope. It shows that there's a clear strategy based on sound research, integrated public policy, and a successful multi-sector partnership. Partnership is the most important thing, but it has to be that horizontal integration of the silos. You cannot do and manage a nighttime economy in a silo mentality or in a silo environment. There has to be cross-pollination, there has to be integration between the public and the private, because let's face it, after 5 p.m., most services cease. Most public services cease, other than transport and council facilities, but they're unseen. And so for many years, who manages a nighttime economy? It kind of was left up to itself before we started to put some structure around ours. So we do take the partnership model in Sligo very seriously. For our cities at heart, project partners that were here last November, if you say you're going to partner with us, we do take it terribly seriously. I like to drill it down into, there's the good C's, as in the letter C, and the bad C's. And the good C's are the cooperation and the collaboration, good communication, instant connectivity. And connectivity can be between the streets across the course of your town centre or your city centre, or between your public-private, or between your wider stakeholder engagement. The bad C's is complacency. If you ever, as a destination, think that you've done it all and you're so fabulous, there's no more to do, well, then you need to go back to the beginning, because places are ever changing. They are always evolving. They're always faced with new challenges. And it's the capacity of the town team or the city team to be able to address those challenges ahead of, as opposed to always after the fact. So in our relationship with our local county council, you might ask, what would the council get out of a business community coming together and then knocking on the door of our council and saying, we want to have a better relationship with you? What do you think that would be the benefit to the council? It improves a partnership. We get to understand how our council makes decisions and how our council actually works and what their challenges and constraints are. The council get to understand the immediacy of the business environment, that businesses can't forecast out 5 years, 10 years, because the economic cycles go up, go down, and there are often curveballs such as COVID thrown at a business community, and that they have to have an understanding that business pressure and business decision making is immediate, short term, whereas sometimes councils and local authorities are long term. And you get to form a team, and you get to increase your knowledge base, because that's why we're speaking here with you today. It's because of our partnership and because of our ability to bring in wider stakeholders. So the government in 2022, we made a presentation to the government task force, and our government, the Irish government, decided that they would pilot 9 nighttime economy advisors, and we were lucky to be selected as one of those destinations. Our Purple Flag team now sits within our nighttime task force. And I'm just going to take you through a sample of some of the projects that we do. So we recently launched the Sligo Tonight website. It's a venue-driven website. It's going to be cross-promoted by about 300 businesses, day and nighttime economy. The venues will load up exactly what's on. You can search by day, by calendar, by month. And we are hoping to get active engagement with Google Analytics switched onto it. The Love Sligo card is our local voucher card scheme that we launched 12 months ago. And it was interesting listening on the webinar last week that we have almost reached 800,000 euros in sales. The Business Improvement District pays the commission, because a lot of national voucher cards charge a commission to a business. But more importantly, in attracting footfall to the town centre, you have to use your card in store. So in 11 months, we've had 800,000 euros worth of vouchers purchased within and spent in our town centre, which has brought almost 20,000 people into the town to use their card. And we think that by next month, we'll probably hit €1 million in sales, because our corporate orders have started to come in. Our Sligo Welcome Ambassadors, we have 95 street ambassadors, friendly faces, helping hands out on the street. They are from 23 different countries, and they have volunteered over 6,500 hours of voluntary work with directions and recommendations. And we developed a mobile app that we can not only track where our ambassadors are, but also track their level of engagement. Our Meet in Sligo website is our business dedicated website, because we found out from our 7 hotels that we have in our town centre that they had occupancy of 90 to 95% on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, they dropped down to 35 to 40%. And so they're the days that we concentrate on selling the rooms. Purple Pulse, we've just launched recently. It's a very exciting project. You'll notice the new logo on the bottom right-hand side of our police force here in Ireland, and this is in partnership with them and our local authority. We hope to have 250 businesses up and running on it, where they in real time will input whether it's antisocial behaviour or theft from a shop or any disruption to the trading environment across the town centre. But it means that every week we will get data in real time from over 200 businesses to be able to work with our police to see where there are hotspots and if there's a trend happening or fake currency. And that has just been launched. Our last one that I want to take you through is called WC Sligo, because in our small town, we didn't have a public toilet, a public facility. For starters, nobody could agree on where this toilet was going to go. And when we looked at the costs of building one and maintaining one, we thought there has to be a better way. One of our cities at heart, our ULG engineer here in town, Brian, went and found a really good example from Bremen in Germany, where they gave a small stipend to the different businesses across the city centre, and into not only to make their bathrooms available to the public. So they're not public toilets. There are toilets that are available to the public, and that is a distinction. And so overnight, we went from having no facilities to having 8 businesses participating with us. The feedback has been very positive, but more importantly, it has settled an urban myth that would raise its head twice a year, end up on local radio, end up in the local resident population as a very negative story. And that is our contribution to dealing with it. What do we measure? So we measure footfall. So we have electronic footfall counters across the town centre, and we measure for a variety of reasons. But more importantly for us, in our upcoming Purple Flag assessment, we can isolate out people movement between 5 p.m. and 5 a.m. We measure it season on season, year on year, just to see are we improving or if there's something that's affecting it. We measure our social media metrics, and we've just added on through our nighttime officer social media monitoring, which is a different aspect of media performance. And so after every event, we take, and during the event, we take across all their social media platforms as to how that event is growing the reputation of itself, but more importantly, growing the external reputation of Sligo. Our town centre health check moves into measuring our occupancy rate and our vacancy rate across residential and commercial buildings. We have done this 2 years in a row, and through our Cities at Heart Urbact project, we are now doing it for, again, door to door across the core streets in a more expanded manner that is going to give us more real-time and concrete data on residential vacancy, commercial vacancy, and the potential for repurposing over the ground floor commercials. I'm not going to go through all of these, but our other data collection points are for retail impact. So we take the same number of businesses post each event. We ask the same series of questions. Do we ask for increase in turnover, increase in net profit, increase in staff employment, both from permanent, part-time and contract? And we try and estimate the economic impact. We then go through ticket sales, hotel occupancy, increases in point of sale transactions, and so it's a variety of data that we can get to assess the economic impact of an event that will take place in our town centre. We're running a number of consumer surveys at the moment, same questions asked after each event, and they ask the same question of our visitors to an event, country of origin, place of origin, where they stayed, what they ate, who they saw, where they spent their money, what type of events they went to, how long they stayed in our town centre. And at the end of 2 years, and having surveyed at least a minimum of 8 events, we will have a series of data points that will give us a profile on who is coming to us, how long are they staying, where are they going, and how much are they spending. So I want to just end on the 3 pictures in front of you. So I grew up in Sligo, but then I left for over 35 years. And I went to live in America, and I went to live in Australia, and then I came back to my hometown. So when I was growing up in Sligo, the picture on your extreme left of the river and the gentleman down at the river and the tractor, that's what it looked like when I left. The middle picture is what happened while I was away, the development that took place. And the picture on the right is what we're currently doing with just a recent €4 million investment in developing a civic plaza called Queen Maeve Square. And that is a journey of nearly 60 years, 50 to 60 years. And what we always say to all our partners that work with us in Sligo Bid, place management is not for the faint-hearted. It is not a fast exercise. It is an exercise in patience and time, an application of financial resources and human resources, but you do end up moving from a point A to a point B, but your journey to that end point will never end because places are always changing. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk to you today, and I'm happy to hand back to you, Claire.
Thank you so much, Gail, and thank you for this stunning and inspiring presentation. I'm going to give the floor to Maria and Marchés now, if they are around.
Yes, I am. Thank you so much. I just the screen sharing is not available for me at the moment.
Okay, we are going to put it for you. In the meantime, first of all, thank you, Gail, for the insights. It was very interesting to hear about your focus on nighttime economy. It's also true that something that...
Yes, thank you so much. Just let me know if you can see my screen and the presentation.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Okay, thank you so much. So, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Maria Piątkowska. I work in Krakow metropolitan area as a head specialist in the smart management team. Mostly I'm responsible for strategic planning in the metropolitan area. And I would like to give you a quick introduction to our association before I give the floor to Maciej, who will tell you a bit more about the center of Niepołomice. And also at the beginning, I would like to thank you for giving us this opportunity to talk about our metropolitan area. So at the beginning, I would like to draw a big picture, tell you a bit more about the area. So Krakow metropolitan area has a population of 1.1 million inhabitants. More than 70% of its population lives in the city, and almost 30% in the suburban area. And the metropolitan area covers 1.2 thousand square kilometers. It is made up by 15 municipalities, 1 urban, 4 rural urban, and 10 rural communes. And the core city is of course Krakow, the second largest city in Poland, former capital of the country. It is important that you know how diverse are these administrations working in our association, because our area is a very diversified partnership. Krakow, as I said, is the second largest city in Poland, a city with a huge cultural heritage, developed economy, very developed tourism sector. The old city designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Just for you to have a good idea on how big the tourism is, in 2023, over 7 million tourists came to see the city of Krakow. And the number of residents of the city is still increasing, despite the fact that the birth rate in Poland is falling. So that happens mostly due to migration, internal migration. And next up, we have 3 smaller cities within the metropolitan area. It is Wieliczka, Niepołomice, and Skawina. They owe their success also to population growth, to economic zones that operate over there. And Wieliczka is also the city where one of the oldest rock salt mines in the world is located. And it was also visited by 1.5 million tourists in 2023. Here you can see the functional area, 11 rural communes with visible population growth associated mostly with urban sprawl. Some of them have retained a little bit of their rural character. You can see it on the pictures. And of course, many of them are rich in natural heritage, beautiful landscapes, and a more peaceful way of living. Our association, the Krakow Metropolitan Area, was founded in 2014. This year in March, we celebrated our 10th anniversary. And over these 10 years, it has significantly changed in terms of its character and the scope of our activities. Now, our main objectives are to support the idea of self-government, to represent and defend our common interests. We support cooperation between municipalities in the field of sustainable development, and we implement a common strategy for supralocal development. I will tell you a bit more about it in a minute. And we try to go beyond administrative boundaries. So we foster cooperation and increase the impact of implemented tasks, policies, projects in different municipalities. And all the municipalities cooperate for economic, social development by supporting each other, exchanging knowledge, exchanging experiences, and good practices. Since 2021, we are implementing a common supralocal strategy, Krakow Metropolitan Area 2030. We established 7 main areas of our cooperation between municipalities: environment and space, mobility, social services, education, economy, smart governance, and leisure. And we cooperate on many levels and implement different projects and policies. One of them is to support local governments in the transformation of their city centers. We do it, among others, by implementing the Cities at Heart project within the Observatoire program. And that's the part we want to talk about today. So I'm going to give the floor to Maciej, to tell you a bit more about Niepołomice case and how they are transforming their city center. So Maciej, the floor is yours.
Do you see my presentation now?
Yes, perfect.
Yeah. Okay, great. So yeah, so I'd like to present you some small example from our Niepołomice municipality, how we made some kind of transformations in our city. There's maybe a few words about the area where we concentrated our tasks. This high density of citizens in the center of Niepołomice. We have got a stadium over here. We got a church, main square, observatory, and so it's got a lot of community buildings and a lot of directions that our cities are going. So and of course we've concentrated on this green, on this orange area when we got our primary school. So we try to transform in that way to become more friendly, because we had a lot of issues in this area. We made some researches during our work, and what we got here, that we got some from a lot of directions to the school. A lot of cars are coming to pick up, to drop off the kids to school. So we had almost 160 cars that are going from the different directions, as you see, from the east, west side, north side, during the peak time. So it was a serious challenge for us. That on that picture you see the directions. Sometimes they are changing completely the way. So it was a serious problem for us, because in that case we got some risks with a highly dangerous situation near this area. So that on the next slide you see how many pedestrians, bicycles, and scooters were coming to this school from the opposite sides during the peak time, this early peak time. So again, it was almost 100 pedestrians from the different sides. So we just thought it would be, we have to change something in this area, because it caused us a lot of understandings and a lot of problems during this morning and this up and drop off time and pickup time. Then this on the next slide you see the peak, the drop off, the pickup time this afternoon. So again, a lot of cars, they are coming from the different directions, special as you see on the north of the school, that we had some about 60-70 cars that were standing on the footpath, and this on this different way in this Szkolna Street, that we had again some serious problems and incidents near the school. And again, I would like to show you how they are changing the directions when they are drop off the kids to the school. So again, there was some serious accidents around the school, the area of the school after this afternoon break. And again, we'll try to show you the numbers of the pedestrians, bicycles, and scooters they're coming from the different sites. It's afternoon break. They are coming to home. So we had these researchers. So we had some serious numbers, and of course we had places that got some serious problems. And we mark on that slide this red spots, as you see, this serious problems that we had in that area. On the north of it, we got this car park that a lot of cars were standing, blocking the way to the footpath. On the south of it, of the school, we had this again some serious problem with the main road. Parents were leaving the cars in a big mess. So that we had some problems. So that's why we start analyzing this whole situation, and of course we prepare some solutions. But still, on that slide, we are just showing you how this street looks like. On this orange color, you can see where they were parking a lot of cars. On this purple, where there was a picking drop-off places. On this yellow, on the yellow spot, there is a parking for the bicycles and the scooters. We've got two entrances to the school. So one is on the north side over here, and here we've got this the second one. And what is most problem was causing, this the footpath over here, because when the people were leaving this car over here, they were standing just in front of the footpath. So it was some, as I said, some problems, a highly dangerous situation that we had in this footpath as well. And of course, this flows from all of the areas on the north-south side. So we try to figure out how we can do it better to improve the quality of this area, and of course at the same time the safety for the children. As you see, we have this flows of the pedestrians from which side they were traveling to reach the school. Again, there's on the different sides. So, and again, the bicycles, they were trying to park near the school on the park up for the bicycles and the scooters. And on this slide, you can see these red marks that we had some problem with the cars. They were parking just around the school or a little bit near to the different road like Kusocińskiego Street, and this on this spots that we had this serious problems. Most challenging, I can say, because they are blocking, as you see on the north of it, the footpath. They were standing here just near the school or just on this crossroad. So there were a lot of problems with these cars. As you see, this black spot, again, the same situation that I mentioned just before. They're blocking the footpath. It was really hard to get into it or to ride the bike or ride the scooter. And this second one, you can see how they were parking near the school on the footpath. Again, they were blocking the way to the school. Or again, you can see the situation was quite, again, dangerous for the children, for the people that were traveling here on this footpath. Again, the same location, the same you can say situation. Again, this parent who just carrying the baby, the baby trolley. So we got a lot of accidents and incidents, near the school. So we had some solutions, but of course, on the beginning we tried to figure out how can we improve this situation. Of course, we had this point, of course, on the red one that there was a dropping of place. The road, the two-way directions on this road near to the school, and of course we had some parking car lots, over here that had a lot of cars just around to the school. And our proposition, the first proposition during the whole process, public consultations, that on the beginning we tried to mark the kiss and ride system near to the school, and to create this, to transform this road in a one-way direction. Of course, and we tried to implement the sign, which is giving the residential area that just give us priority to the pedestrians. So that was one of the idea during this whole very heavy, I have to admit, the process of the consultations with the parents, with the whole stakeholders, with the parents council, with the conciliars. So we got a lot of stakeholders that were engaged during this whole process. Though again, the next proposition that was presented during this consultation. So we tried to get rid of these cars from this first entrance to the school. And again, we tried to figure out how the bicycles, how scooters can go straight to the school with the safe road, really, and to create some friendly space. They can go straight to the school without any incidents, and even to improve or to this quality of this road. And to create them more friendly. So there was again the next proposal, solution. Again, we try to on the next consultation we try to create this main road to the one direction, to transform to the one directions. But again, during this whole process, there was a lot of riots and protests of entrepreneurs that it was really hard to change in that direction, because they've got own businesses over here, they've got restaurants, so it was really hard to convince them to get rid of all the car parks and to create to go to the one directions street. So again, after some serious consultations, we've changed our final, I have to say, solutions to that you see on this screen. So there's the two directions on the main street near to the school. Again, the Kosucińskiego Street is the two-way, both sides directions, and this road on the south of the school is a two-way street. So we left it, and we just mark the car kiss and ride spots over here. Of course, we just put the signs: no parking places over here near the school, and we left on the opposite side of the road some car parks to leave the car only for a couple of minutes during the peak time. And after this peak time, they can park the cars as well. So yeah, there was a sign, and of course we put some pots over here. It was we did to create some kind of for the pedestrians, and we did it on the opposite side as well. And this on the north and on this first entrance to the school, we put the pots with the shrubs and perennial as well to create some green corridor and to block this path, to block this road for this area for the cars. So that's why we just create the place for the pedestrians, which is the most important user of this area as well. And by placing these pots over here, we just created this corridor, as you see, for the pedestrians and for the bicycle scooters. So they're using that road to get into the school. Of course, during this whole process, we prepare the spots with the shrubs and perennial, and we use basically, we try to engage the kids from the school to plant these trees with them. So during this whole process, as you see, this is the situation. Then we are planting together with them some shrubs and perennials, which are quite high. They're giving the right, I think so, level that the driver can see from the cars. And of course, we just put some paints. We did some paintings on the street that are giving the right way to use this pedestrian area and to get into the school. Of course, we did some paintings on the pedestrian area as well to create create the places really, or to show the others where the pedestrian is the most important user of this whole area. Of course, we couldn't forget about the whole process of the participation. So with the Institute of Development, Urban Development Institute, we organize some classes, exercises for the kids from this primary school to show them how situation looks like now and what they want to improve in the future. So they knew that they can solve some problems, they can improve the situation where they are staying. So again, they give some kind of extra week to this whole process. So they a lot of pupils, students were engaged in this whole process. A lot of citizens, a lot of stakeholders, and finally, as I said on the beginning, we reach this kind of solution that we are running now. This is a pilot, of course, process. So now we are just waiting for the some kind of researchers and results that our solution will gonna stay for the long term, or just we gonna have to change something in our this final pilot solution. So thank you for attention, and thank you for this opportunity to share with you a kind of experience that we have in this our small community. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Maciej. And I would like to thank you, Maria, also for drawing the general background and showing us some very attractive pictures of the Krakow metropolis, so we can come and visit soon. I would like also to congratulate your work in Niepołomice, because it's amazing that you managed to, from a bottom-up approach, to involve all users at every step of the process and keep on doing it in the monitoring and also the assessment. As Gail said earlier on, I mean, it's a never-ending process. So we've seen today, I think, from very small and visible action to the big picture, all aspects of town center management. If you have some questions, we have some time. If some people want to ask questions to one of the speakers, or maybe later. And if not, maybe Jean-Luc or Pierre wants to give another.
Oui, alors, en tant que président de l'Observatoire, je tiens à vous remercier et à attirer l'attention effectivement à l'ensemble des personnes qui nous ont suivis du fait qu'on avait ici vraiment différents aspects de la gestion de centre-ville. Un aspect, je veux dire, très globalisant, un aspect très, très pointu et très technique. Et je pense que la gestion de centre-ville, c'est aussi tout ça, la participation, les partenariats. On voit que ce sont des outils dont on a absolument besoin. Et rarement, la bonne information naît toute seule dans la tête d'une personne isolée. Voilà, je tenais à vous remercier. Et donc, je vois que personne n'a levé la main pour poser des questions. Donc, je vous remercie. Je passe la parole à Pierre Creuset en vous disant quand même que le prochain observatoire aura lieu en fin janvier 2025 avec une grosse programmation. Voilà. Pierre.
Tu peux mettre ton micro.
Oui, sans micro, ça fonctionne très bien.
Voilà. Merci à vous tous. Si vous avez des questions, il ne faut pas hésiter à poser des questions. Voilà. Le prochain observatoire aura lieu le 21 janvier à 15h sur la gestion de centre-ville. Nous avons désormais dans l'équipe Inès qui nous a rejoint depuis une petite semaine, même pas. Voilà, donc on a vraiment un observatoire qui est en train de grandir. Merci à vous tous parce que vous étiez plus d'une centaine d'être vous êtes inscrits aujourd'hui, donc ça fait plaisir. Et puis on voit que le partage de bonnes pratiques avec des pays de l'Europe, de l'Union européenne, est hyper intéressant parce que dans des villes européennes, il y a des choses qui se passent qui sont pour nous, ça peut faire avancer certaines choses, notamment dans nos cœurs de ville. Ce que fait également Jean-Luc Callanger en Belgique est très intéressant. Et je tiens à le remercier parce qu'il est souvent également présent à nos assises nationales du centre-ville. Et c'est vrai que c'est un plaisir de voir un peu comment ça se passe également en Belgique et notamment sur la gestion de centre-ville. Est-ce que vous avez d'autres questions par rapport au dispositif? Sachez également qu'il y aura des assises européennes du centre-ville. La 3e édition aura lieu cette année, du moins en 2025 à Paris, le 6 novembre 2025. Voilà.
Alors, moi, j'en profite aussi pour faire la petite promo du prochain observatoire européen. C'est le dernier qu'on va faire en 2024. Donc, ça sera sur la culture et l'animation. Et on va avoir un focus sur les événements culturels en centre-ville. Donc, n'hésitez pas à vous inscrire, pareil, sur notre... oui, merci. Sur notre site citycenters.eu et vous aurez les infos, bien sûr, qui viendront cette semaine sur les intervenants. Nous aurons éventuellement une ville du Luxembourg qui a été capitale européenne de la culture. Donc, on aura des beaux projets qui vont être présentés. Voilà, merci beaucoup. Thank you very much for all the participants. Thank you to all the speakers. Thank you for participating, and see you next week. Sorry, in 2 weeks for the next webinar.
Et merci à tous les intervenants. Merci beaucoup.